Hello guys and gals, me Alex, and welcome to another discussion time. Ladies and gentlemen, today's discussion is going to be around something that's been kind of going on for a little while now. Our wonderful Lord and Savior, Zucky the Sucky, or as more well known as Mark Zuckerberg, our all-time favorite reptilian, apparently likes to get himself a little leaked out every so often with when it comes to grabbing people's information and selling it off to other individuals. Now, you see, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. And this is what really gets the whole ball rolling with this whole conversation. It really comes down to, look, when you sign into a social media platform such as Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, you're signing up to a terms and agreements that allows that company to store your information and do as they please. Now, some of them can be pretty respectable and, keep that information to them, to individual profiles and not withhold it over their heads. Well, Facebook, on the other hand, they've been having a little bit of problems. I'd say the first time that they've been busted about this was keeping everyone's username or passwords all into a common text file. Yeah, then that got leaked. So, we all went through a little phase on that. Then we're understanding that they've been collecting our information and selling our data. Now, this doesn't really surprise me, honestly, because just like normal advertisements in general, they usually try to be more, as my rant was probably on last week, how I hate ads at this point, but, they try to make ads more entertaining to the individual. For instance, like, hey, you're into cars, we're gonna show you a lot of these car parts, show the car dealerships, something that, tickles you the right way for an advertisement. You could be into makeup, beauty salon stuff, that all kind of, comes down to it. Well, in this circumstance, this information isn't really anything to be all excited nor surprised about because, like I said, you've signed into a company that allows you to... You're allowing to put your personal information on there, and you're pretty much entrusting a site to, kind of keep you in that anonymous stage, but it really kind of, gets thrown right out the window, essentially, when you're putting your own personal information out there. You're not really staying anonymous in anything. Personally, I use Facebook, but I don't post, I don't share a whole lot. Maybe I'll like a post here and there, but, I usually use it more to, like, keep in touch with family. We'll see some memes here and there. Read the comments of pretty much of somebody getting roasted in a... there's always somebody there to entertain another, and honestly, I'm not really all that surprised, honestly, but hey, what do you expect? Facebook isn't anything. It's kind of slowly dying off, but hey, Facebook has started to change, be a little bit more user friendly in the sense. In other words, hey, we got caught selling information. How about we'll do it again, but don't worry, this time we'll be secret about it. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing to be really surprised about, honestly, because like I said, you're entrusting a company to withhold your information, and honestly, your information is out there. You're always being recorded regardless. Personally, I take the extra step. I will try and make myself more anonymous in certain situations. I'm not very big in my social media, some of you know, and I've mentioned this in my streams before that I'd like to be more energetic with my social medias. But unfortunately, I'm just not a super big poster of anything. And that's just personally myself. I don't really like a lot of my information being leaked in general, and I kind of just don't like other people knowing a whole lot about, personal information. Nobody really does, honestly. But, when you have big companies like Google, Facebook, Instagram, all pretty much Facebook, but yeah, all these companies that are pretty much recording your data and selling it off and saying, hey, you're obviously the product. I mean, you're just there to either buy the product we're promoting or we just make money off of you, essentially. And, this kind of all ties back into, turning your ad blockers off and so on and so forth. But there's tools to get around it, and so, and honestly, it just comes down to the point where advertisements, Facebook in general, I pretty much, I'm kind of straying away from the point of this whole video, but, Facebook, there's nothing going to be surprising in the next few years of whatever updates they go, because they're still going to be recording your data. They're going to get busted for something else. It only a matter of time before somebody leaks it out. Facebook is honestly falling apart within itself, and for a service that started off strong and had its potential in place to there was an era where you're watching the site just be developed, and you're still watching the site be developed. Now it's matured itself into just pretty much a data transferring service at this point in time. I mean, yes, on the outside for us, we kind of use it for a social media platform. We do it to, some kind of news source, so on and so forth, for the good and bad. And, Facebook is doing what they can at the end of the day to, keep certain things like, the whole shooting that happened over in Moscow, I believe. I apologize if I'm incorrect about that. I believe my memory's a little hazy on that, but like I said, the video got leaked with the shooting, and you know what? Facebook did their best to, keep it under control. Nobody, don't just ban accounts that are promoting it, or just simply get rid of the actual post in general. Any social media platform doesn't want to have that bad taste in their mouth, but at the end of it, when you're selling your own users' information just to profit off yourself, I think you're at that point. It's kind of like the microtransactions. You're selling yourself out to the point where you're no longer trustable, nor is it a company that you want to entrust to. But regardless, Facebook still, collects data even if you don't have a Facebook account. They do have their tie-in ways, but, ladies and gentlemen, what are you going to do? You can't be the secret agent. You can't be, the person that pretty much hides from everybody and anybody. Essentially, you're out there. Your information's always out there. It's whoever decides to dig it up and leak it, I guess. But at the end of it, ladies and gentlemen, be safe on the internet. Don't post stupid things that might come back and bite you in the ass, I guess, because Facebook's always watching. Those memories. Yeah, they love to remind you of certain fucking things that don't really interest you at the time, or it's something that you kind of wish you never were reminded about. Yeah, that's Facebook at this point, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of just a big old bank that collects and collects and collects all of your personal information. But ladies and gentlemen, what are you gonna expect? You're on the internet, expect the consequences that come with it. You just gotta be smart and protect yourself at the end of the day in certain circumstances. In this circumstance, I just don't post much. I just don't interact with Facebook as much, just scrolling through and just every so often go on the marketplace, if anything. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end it off here. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Dislike it if you disliked it. Tell me what you guys think about how you feel about Facebook's amalgamation of information being gathered, and how you feel about it being sold overseas. I mean, honestly, like I said, I'm not really surprised. This isn't a company that's not been caught for this once, but the government's always recording us. Regardless, every government out there records their civilians for safety's sakes, and sometimes it can go a lot of ways without getting too conspiracy intense. But I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you guys think. If you have a whole conspiracy on your side, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end it off here. I'll see you all in the next one.